Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome back to another railroad development stream. Today we are finally on track to getting started with the first public test, which is quite exciting. Hello Rat, welcome to the stream. Hello Anthony Animates, welcome to the stream. And hello Bread, welcome to the stream. So yeah, we actually have not that much we need to do today. Albeit I don't know we're going to get it all finished, but we don't have a huge amount that we need to do. Hello Alex, welcome to the stream. So yeah, let's I just need to do a few things before we get started, which I almost forgot. Let me just do that. That's fine. Oh, yep, that needs to be there. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna do this as well, and then we can get started. Okay, so here we are, and we are in the Neoforge project details pane, which is possibly quite a surprise for some of you because we haven't done anything or much Neoforge related. So I have actually completely finished the Fabric project onboarding now, so this all works and everything is fine, which is good. This is all done. I don't know what this warning is down here. Is it this that it's complaining about? Or is it... Oh no, it's this. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, that's all done, which is great. There are a few things I do want to do before public test, and they're pretty minor things, but... Well, I say it's done, it's actually not done, because we do have a couple issues. I will show you my notepad of documents. So this is basically what we have left to do. In terms of onboarding specifically. We have other things to do outside of that, but those are smaller things. So I still do need to fix this bug with the Minecraft versions. I think we can probably do that in about 10 minutes. I don't think that's a major issue whatsoever. Auto-generating random project name, we used to have that in the old version of Railroad, so I can probably just copy-paste that across. I think that'll be trivial to do. Make it so automatically publishing a Git repo is possible. We're not going to do that before before the public test. It's something I'd like to have, but we're just not going to have time. That's a lot of work, so that's probably going to be done later on. And then a way to upload logo assets during the project creation. Once again, not really a priority. It's not too hard to do it. It's just not a priority for the first public test, because obviously, you know, you can do that yourself. That's not something it needs to do, albeit it would be nice. And then outside of that, we have to do onboarding for Neoforge, which is what we're going to be doing today. And then we need to do what's next. We need to integrate everything into the actual like project creation in the IDE. So I'll show you guys, obviously, what it shows right now. Oh, I can't because we have an error. Can I comment this out? Will that work? Or do I have an error somewhere else? I don't think I have an error anywhere else. Let's just give it a minute. Okay, so this is kind of what we got right now. So obviously everything kind of works. So bits and bulbs. And we'll go next, we can put in our group ID, and I have added descriptions for what everything is, which is just a nice touch. I think some of these things aren't going to be extremely obvious to newer developers, so I just added a little info thing there. I'd like to make it so it's not shown by default, and there's a way to like maybe hover over the eye symbol when it shows you or something like that. Once again, that's not really a priority for the first public test. It's just something I'd like to have done in the future. Obviously, someone could do that in a PR if they wanted to. That would be kind of one of the things that I would put in the starter issues. Then we've got Minecraft version, so we can choose, well, for now we have to choose 1.21. So we go next. Then we got Yarn, that's fine. Mapping version, fine. Fabric loader, fine. Fabric API, fine. Mod ID, mod name, main class, those are all fine. And then we have license. License is finally fixed, so I can now input a custom license, and it brings up the custom license field, and I can obviously put stuff in there, and then I can choose to go back to this one, and it'll get rid of that, which is nice. That's kind of what I wanted to get done, and these are all ordered now as well, which is good. It does mean all rights reserved is at the top, but I believe when you go onto it, it doesn't now, but I think when you went onto it for the first time, it centers around what's currently selected. So it'd be like this, which is fine. We go next. Initialize Git repo. This is where the Git thing I talked about would be, but that's not a priority, as I said. Access wideners. I've added a path that you can input here for where you want the access widener to be, which is good. I think that's fine. And then split sources. Yep, I've just enabled that by default now, so that's fine. And then author automatically inputs the author field, and then obviously all the other ones are still here. And everything has translations now as well. So obviously if I press finish, we do need to add translations for some of this as well. That shouldn't be too hard to do, but it's just worth noting that we probably will need to do that at some point. And if we just give it a second, I don't know why this is now going. Is that the right way around? I suppose that is the right way around, isn't it? That's fine. Yeah, so that will just run that. That should all be okay. That's going to take forever, by the way, because it's maxing out my CPU, which is also hopefully something we're going to get to fix today. We do want to fix the CPU issue today. It shouldn't be hard to fix it. I think I've already done most of the work. I just need to actually test that work. Good job I put my phone on silent, because I am already getting notifications. And it's rubbish, of course it is. Your device has great new features. Thank you, Google. I don't care. Is this actually doing things? Yes, it is. Oh, it didn't work, though. That's lovely. Why didn't it work? Is it going to tell me why it didn't work? Yes, it is. Kind of. No, it's not, actually. Why? Interesting. This literally worked earlier. I must have messed something up. Let's have a look. So, the way I can test this, because the error reporting isn't great, it doesn't really tell you what went wrong, unfortunately. Actually, before I do that, I just want to test the settings, because I have also added some settings. God, I've got to take this off. Getting hot. I have added some settings, so if I show you the settings here, I haven't tested these, so I don't know if it's worked or not. But if I go into, I think, projects? Yeah, so we have some settings in here. They're not really categorized correctly. I just wanted them to be in the settings. That's primarily because settings aren't actually ordered in any specific way. They just kind of go into a random order. So yeah, I need to fix that at some point. These should also be probably in a subcategory of projects. So it would be something like, I can't show you with my hand again, but it would be projects, and then underneath, like inset, it would be defaults or something like that. But these should all work as well. Now I'm going to close that because that is obviously lagging out the stream and my PC. And let's try and figure out what issue occurred. It has to be with the access widener because that's the only thing I've changed. So I can't show you this. Can I show you this? I actually could show you this, but I'm not going to show you this just in case there's something else in here that I can't show you. Okay, this is all fine. I'm waiting until the day 30 starts the code industrial with railroad. That would be hype. That would be really cool if I could do that. I don't think we're that close, unfortunately, but the day will come eventually, is my hopes, so that would be really good. Hello Wide, welcome to the stream. Okay, let's open this in command prompt and let's try and figure out what the friggity frick is happening. So if we just do Gradle W, it will tell us the actual error of which Railroad decided to swallow. Obviously, eventually, once again, post public test, it would be nice if that went into a log file somewhere. I actually don't know what happens to it right now. I think it is just literally swallowed and doesn't come back. Here we go. So could not find access wide enough file at bits and bob / source main resources bits dash and dash bulbs.access wide enough. Interesting. It should be there though. Let's have a look. So source main resources. Oh, it's underscores. I see. So what that means to me, so these dashes here mean it's the artifact ID, not the mod ID. So somewhere along the lines, I mean, they should really be the same thing though, shouldn't they? They should really be the same thing. Like the mod ID and the artifact ID should be the same thing. Can we make those the same thing? I guess is the good question. Let's try and figure that out, because if we can make those the same, then we're not going to have this kind of problem. And more importantly, we do need to actually figure out why it's doing that in the first place, because that's not ideal. But it would just be helpful if they were generally just the same thing. So artifact ID, we go to here. So yeah, this is just where it grabs the settings. Validate artifact ID get, and that is set in here, which is project name to artifact ID. Okay, where's the... Yeah, okay, so all this needs to do, honestly, is just return project name to artifact ID. Project name to artifact ID, project name. And that will kind of solve that. There's no reason to have them be any different. And then all we need to do is make sure in the fabric, this one, that it uses the mod ID correctly. So mod ID is the mod ID. That's correct. And then the other thing, and this is a little bit of a problem, and that is that the actual templates themselves, the build.gradle templates, aren't going to be using the mod ID. They're going to be using the artifact space name. It's kind of a problem. I think the artifact ID... Actually, I know what we should do. We will not replace it with those. We will just replace it with nothing. And that means that the artifact ID and the mod ID will not have spaces or dashes or underscores. It will just be like bits and bulbs, right? Instead of bits underscore and underscore bulbs, or bits dash and dash bulbs, right? I think that's fine. What are you working on right now? Why? I've already said this like 5 times. What we are doing right now is we are fixing things and getting ready for the public test. That is what we are doing, and that's what we are going to be doing for the entire stream. So if you are, if you come back and ask what we're doing later on, that is what we're doing. Well, actually, that's kind of not true, because later on, hopefully, we are going to be doing some rewriting of the main class and other stuff. But for the most part, this stream is going to be fixing onboarding. Probably like 2/3 of it will be onboarding, and then the other third of it hopefully will be logger, rewriting main class, rewriting CSS. And I mean, ideally, in an ideal world, by the end of the stream we have a public test, but that's possibly a long shot, so we'll see. I would like to at some point do a little bit of a longer stream and just maybe polish everything up in that stream, but we'll see. That should hopefully have fixed the issue anyways. For now, the build.gradle templates though aren't going to work. Like if we go into, say, Fabric 1.21, you can see in here it does use the archive space name, which is the artifact ID and not the mod ID. That's actually like not fixable, or at least not right now, I don't think. Actually it might be, because we might be able to use, I mean, first of all, realistically, this should use the access widener path. I don't know why it's not using the access widener path, admittedly. We can maybe fix this, actually. The only problem is it means we have to update every single one of these templates, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah. I think this is actually wrong. It has hit access widener path, but I think actually that's not correct. If I go, I looked at this earlier to see exactly how you define access wideners, to make sure that I didn't get anything wrong or anything. So actually, according to the wiki, you only use access widener path in Loom 0.9 or higher. In 0.8 or lower, you're meant to use access widener. So I believe, in fact, this doesn't work. Oh, never mind, we're in 1.6. I thought we were in 0.6. We're not, we're in 1.6. So do any of these use anything below? Oh, this one does. This is 0.7, so what did the wiki say? 0.9 or higher. So this one actually needs to be access widener, like that. Or is it the other way around? Wait, let me have a look again. Yeah, it needs to be access widener. Okay, that's fine. And then let's look at 17. Is that the same or not? That's 0.10, so that can be access widener path. That's fine. Okay. Now the other thing we need to do is we need to get the mod ID, and I believe, or actually no, we need to get the actual access widener path. So if we go into the update build.gradle step, this one, if we look in here, so it does this, blah 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 blah. Okay, all good, all good, all good. Update content, and here it creates the Gradle bindings. So is the mod ID in here? Yes, it is. Okay, but that's not important, because what we need more importantly is the access widener path, which will be the access widener path. Now, the only problem is that we'll throw an exception if it's not present. So what we will have to do is say data.contains fabric project keys.access widener path. Then we need to do that, or we can just give it anything really, but we'll just give it null. Well, we can do what it wants us to do, which is that. I suppose that's fine. Should we multi-line that as well, just to make that a little bit? I mean, it's kind of not easy to read, but it will work. And then regards to Forge, I don't think Forge allows you to even change the access widener path. I don't think, at least last I can remember. So I'm not worried about Forge right now. It's just Fabric. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. So now I will say, even though we are going to be doing the NeoForge project stuff today, we're not going to be able to create a NeoForge project. So just to be completely clear, that's not going to be possible in the first public test, unfortunately. I wish it was, but it's just not, because we don't have any of the templates for NeoForge. If someone wants to come in post public test and add those templates, that would be lovely. I just don't have the knowledge or time to be able to do that, so that is unfortunately going to be the case. Okay, so what we can do, we need to use props somehow. I think basically that means doing this and then doing props dot access widener path. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to do. Have you had a nice day at least? I have. My day has actually been pretty good. Albeit I got up quite late today. I was very lazy. I got up at like 1, I think. So I was a little bit lazy, but other than that, yes, it has been not too bad. Okay, I just want to see if it did this, and it does in fact do that, so that's actually not correct. That just needs to be like that. Okay. Okay, by you saying naughty just got blocked by YouTube, and it was marked for review. Just saying the word naughty, that is actually kind of insane that just happened. I should have screenshotted that. That was quite funny. I don't know how that just happened. How does the word naughty get marked for review? Like, goddamn. Okay, so all we need to do basically is just copy these into all of these. It shouldn't take too long. I could probably find a way to replace them all, but by the time I've done that, I already will have done this, so it's fine. Okay, boom, boom. I believe, by the way, most of these build.grader files are exactly the same. They just changed the Loom version. I think some of them do have slight other changes, but I don't think it's anything major. Like maybe Java version, I think, changes. And I know the Forge ones change a lot more, because some of these have like settings.gradle. Some of them don't. Some have like just a settings.gradle. I don't know why that's the case. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that should just have a settings.gradle. But okay. Yeah, some of these might be incorrect. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, guys. The most important thing is that Fabric works, at least for me. I just want one of them to work in the public test, to be honest. And my priority is Fabric. Getting the others to work obviously is important for first release, but in terms of for the first public test, it doesn't matter that much that they all work. It just needs to be one of them works, and we can say, okay, do this, see what happens, kind of thing. Getting the other ones to work would be nice, but it's time consuming and not a major priority for right now. But we'll come back to them, of course, in the future. Now, that should have fixed that issue. Did we have another issue as well? Or am I imagining it? I feel like we had another issue I said I was going to fix. Oh, the error logging isn't great, but that's a bit of a pain to fix right now. I think that's it. Let's create the Neoforge things then. Oh, no. We're going to create the fabric. We're going to fix the fabric issue. Let's do that. So we need to go to... Ooh. Where is it going to be? It's going to be... Download... Fabric example mod. Yeah, that'll work. So this gets the MDK version like that, which is fine. It just means that actually this isn't where the issue is. The issue is in Resolve Fabric MDK version. So it gets the Minecraft version, of course. Is that correct? Wait. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Isn't it just context. Oh, no, that's for actual keys with it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. This is correct. Rest is no, that's fine, I guess. Okay, can we see in the logs that it's actually done this anywhere? Oh no, because this is reporter.info. I see. See, realistically, this should do logging, but it doesn't. If I go to implementations, yeah, it's just in here, but it should log it in reality. I'm gonna do, well, no, because it adds it to the log, which realistically should actually do something. We might have to fix this as well today, because I think we're going to have some issues if we don't, but we'll see. Okay, so resolve MDK version. So if the type is equal old alpha or old beta, it's not supported. That's fine. Fine. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, I'd like it so maybe plugins can change this. So maybe in the future, there's a way we can configure that. But for now, that's fine. If it's not a snapshot, then it returns. Oh, yes, I see. So basically what this does, I think this is meant to be inverted. I think it's meant to be if type is equal to snapshots. Maybe. Wait. Wait, what does this do? 1 second. So it gets the ID. So if it's not a snapshot, then it returns. That means when we're here, we only have snapshots, right? So okay, let's get a snapshot ID. So Minecraft snapshots. Let's just find the latest snapshots if we can. Okay, so we have 25W42A. We get the dash index. max. If that's greater than 0, then it does that. That wouldn't be true. You taught me Minecraft modding when I was 10. I launched my first profit business last year, which is $10,000 gross profit. Thank you so much. You're welcome. That is kind of crazy, man. That is actually kind of crazy. You're making more money than me. That is pretty cool. At 10? You did modding when you were 10? That might be the youngest I've ever heard. I don't know if I've heard of anyone else who's... Well, I guess I wouldn't, because they wouldn't be on Discord. So... That's kind of crazy, man. Congratulations. That is pretty cool. I have now admittedly lost my train of thought, because that's kind of actually insane. Okay, where were we at? We were... Here, yes, so there's no dash, which means it doesn't do this. So it gets all the versions. Okay, it gets the release time, and then it gets the Minecraft version with the closest release time that is a release, basically. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. So that basically means that if it returns a snapshot, then it will just get the latest released version. Oh no, it gets the closest release version. So that's fine. It won't like just get the newest or whatever. It will... Yeah, that's fine. I mean, debatably not correct, but yeah, like technically that's not correct, because say like 1.21.1 came out and then a snapshot came out the day after, and then another snapshot the day after, and then maybe the day after that 1.20.1.2 came out, it would pick 1.21.1 even though 1.21.2 is actually the correct version it should use. It's like it doesn't really matter, because we're not focusing on supporting snapshots at the moment, so that's kind of not really an issue. The bigger issue is basically this, right? It shouldn't just return the version, it should in fact find the latest, like for example, say we have 1.21.1, it should go to 1.21. If we have 1.21.2, it should go to 1.20. So you would think that's easy because we can just take off the last dot, but I don't think actually it's that easy. Let me find first of all the fabric example mod so that I can check that I am correct. But I think I am correct. Yeah, here we go. So if we look at the fabric example mod here, we have basically, these are all the different versions. So in fact, this wouldn't work for 1.16, 1.15 or 1.14. Which is, you know, interesting. Admittedly though, I don't think we actually have templates for those versions, do we? We have 16. We don't have 15 or 14 though, so I'll see. But once again, like that's not really important, because you know, no one's going to be trying it on those versions. They're kind of dumb versions. Getting current versions to work is more important at the moment. So I think we can kind of just take off the dot in a way. So what we should do here is do this. So if version dot matches line and not allowed in string littles. Yeah, it shouldn't have that or that. Okay, then return version, basically, because that means it's basically saying, you know, number dot number, and that's it. That's the entire string. So that would be correct. And then what we need to do here is basically, I think IDE is replace all dot number $. Can you do that in Java? I don't know. And the backslashes and $signs in the replacement string may cause results to be different than if it were being treated as literal replacement. So does the $sign actually mean it's the end of the string then? I don't know. I think so. Presumably that works. Oh, my music player has errored again. Go back to exact version. Well, no, it should just return version, right? Sure, that's fine, I guess. Aren't snapshots like 22W14A? Yes, but this isn't for snapshots. This is for these, basically. I mean, there are also... The only issue is, I think... Oh no, there aren't release candidates. Are release candidates considered snapshots? I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are, yes. So that should work. Okay. Release, fetch version. I think that's fine. Whoa. Let me do, I'm going to put this in the right place. That. Like, I mean, this could probably be its own method. Can I take this? And then extract method. Find closest release. And then I'm just going to write a to-do. Change this so that, or it might already do this actually. Make sure that this will always pick a newer closest release if it exists instead of an older one. Basically meaning that if we have, for example, a snapshot for 1.17, you know, say you have 1.17 and then you have a snapshot that comes out, and then you have 1.17.1 that comes out, you want to make sure that snapshot is for 1.17.1 and not for 1.17. Which I don't think it currently does. But as I say, that's not a huge problem right now. It's not important for public test. So we're just going to leave it as it is. And that should work. So I can now check that off my list. Kabloom. And then the only other thing we have to do with what we have right now is auto-generating a random project name. Which I'm hoping will be easy. So I'm going to go to the GitHub. And we're going to try and find the old railroad. Here we are. And so we'll go to the old railroad. Now, is it the old railroad or is it the old railroad? That's a mighty question. I think it's the old railroad. I believe. What is the libs folder? Oh, right. Yeah. That's fine. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, it's pending. Imagine if they were still running 4 years later. I don't think that would happen, but that would have been crazy. I thought that meant it was running, but no, it's pending. Okay, that's fine. Okay. What is this, by the way? I don't think we have any of this. I don't know why we have all of this. Anyways. So let's go source. And let's go main Java. I think it is in this one, but I'm not completely sure. Maybe not, because I don't really know what I'm looking at. Like, what is this? Oh god, I really don't remember this old version of Railroad. It's so old, it's just like, I don't... Look how small it is. Compared to what we have right now, this is crazy. Right, look at this, and compare that to what we have right now. Look at all of this. It's actually insane how far we've progressed from the old railroad. Is it just in, like, the main class? No? I genuinely don't think we actually, like, have. Menu.create menu. Create components. In border pane. So where's the actual UI? What? I'm so confused. Menu. Stage. So, yes, okay. But where is the UI? This not main scene? Main scene is you go a new scene, a border pane. So is that it? Wait, I'm so confused. Is this all we had? Doesn't seem right. We had syntax and stuff, and we have menus. We have lang. We have lang. We had fabric stuff. Ah, didn't know that. Okay, but like, where is the... What the fuck is this, by the way? Like, what? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't think this is the right project. Let's go... It must be the not so old one, of which we got a lot further, by the way, for those curious. We do have a project branch. It's probably on that one, I guess, if I had to guess. So let's go 21 commits ahead, 9 commits behind. Yeah, it must be this one. We go projects, pages, creation, forge, tasks. No, it's not the tasks. Create mod projects. This is going to be hard to find, I think. There must be a utility for it. I must have created a utility. Helper. Mapping helper, what is that? Huh. Not what I'm looking for. Anyways. Not that. This is not going to be easy to find. Where would I have put it? I remember writing it. I vividly remember writing it. I just don't know where I put it. Editor? No. Config? No. Objects? No. Create projects. Maybe? I don't think this is right either. I don't remember what's what. but this doesn't look right. Load project step, no. It must be create mod project. It must be in here. It has to be in here. Do I have the name somewhere? Like forward button dot on mouse clicked, what does it do? It selects it. Okay. So then it goes to the next one, which has to be this. So it must be in here. Aha, mod name. Aha! Found it. This one. Gotcha. I found it. So... Oh, yes. Yes. It uses data muse. Which I actually don't think exists anymore. Funnily enough. Is it in here? This one. Yeah. This one. This utilizes the data muse API. Does this still exist? It does still exist. Admittedly, I remember it erroring sometimes though, so maybe it doesn't work. But we're gonna try. So basically the way it worked is we've got, I think, an adjective followed by a noun, I think is how we did it. So if we go, I'm going to bring this to my other monitor. Let's add the dependency real quick. So I'm going to go just try and find the most up-to-date one because it might not be on. Here it is. Okay, the latest one is still the one we had last time, so we might want to fork this at some point in the future. But where's a good place to put it? I don't know. I tried to kind of organize the build-gradle, but it hasn't really kept organized. So let's reload. Hopefully that still exists. Maybe. At some point, it'd be nice to go through these and update all the dependencies, but I haven't done that yet. Well, that is downloading a lot of things. Do we really need Netty? That seems highly unnecessary. Let me have a look at how the API works. Maybe this is completely overcomplicating it. So api.datamuse.com/, let's say words. I want an adjective, so there's a way to get like an adjective. I suppose you guys can watch me try and figure out how to use this. I think it'd be easier to ditch the API and just write it ourselves. I'll be honest. I mean, I see it says here popular adjectives to modify the given noun, but isn't there a way to just get useful for a backend of autocomplete? Okay, service supports that. But there's a way to just get like a random word, I thought. This might not be the best API for this, by the way. If anyone knows of anything better, please let me know. Because it's very possible that there's probably a better API for this, in which case I would prefer to use that, because this isn't great. But I don't know of any, and I think I chose this one last time because of the no rate limit. Or, well, there is a rate limit, but it's like 100,000 per day or something, so... Okay, let me just find random. There is no use of random. How did this work? Get random word. Oh, so that's actually from this. So how did that work then? Oh, because you have to give it topics. Right. Right. You have to give it topics. So you can just say adjectives. Right, I see. I see. So if I say topics, so I think / wait, no, I don't know. I don't know. How the friggity fuck does this work? / words, and then topics is equal adjectives. No. I guess not. I guess that's not correct. Topics. Metadata flag. Does anything work in here? Like if I just give beans? No. Identifier for the vocabulary to use. If none is provided, a photo of term vocabulary of English words and multi-word expressions is used. Okay. Spelled like, no. In the table below, the first 4 parameters, RD, SL, SP, and rel code. Right, so related words, I see. So these are all the related word ones, which isn't really what I'm looking for. I don't think there has to be a better API. I'm going to do a little bit of Googling. Random word API. Okay, but I guess the problem is I want a random adjective or a random noun. That has to be a thing. Okay, there is, but it doesn't exist anymore. So that's not helpful. The only one I found just doesn't exist anymore, which is very sad. How does this one even work? It is public source code. dulldesk.github.io. Okay. Not helpful. Okay, what else do we have? There must be an easy way to... See, this is, I think, the problem. I couldn't find anything else. This was genuinely the only one that existed. Which is kind of crazy. Like, you would think there would be lots of APIs for just getting a random word, right? But there isn't. It should be, like, the simplest thing ever. Oh, this works, but it doesn't have an oh, you need an API key for that one. That's a shame. I mean, anywhere with an API key is technically possible, because what we could do is route it through like switchboard or something. It's just not ideal. No, I don't particularly want to do that. Okay, I may have found one. Maybe. Maybe. No. This is not going very successfully. I found one that claims it works, but the site it says just doesn't exist. And it actually has a lot of stars, but it just doesn't seem to exist, so... Use Wayback Machine? I don't think that will work. Oh, I found one. The only problem with the one I found is you can't choose to get like an adjective or a noun. Like, you can get a random word, but you can't filter it to like what it is, which is a shame. You can get a random brain rot word. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. Oh my god. That's bad. Okay, that's not viable. I'm kind of running out of results, guys. That there isn't anything. Maybe we're gonna have to skip this one for now. I think let's skip this one for now. Okay. We're gonna skip it. We'll come back to that at some point, I guess. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We'll come back to it at some point in the future. Okay, so... yeah, basically these are the only other ones. And these are not priorities. So... not priority. And this is not a priority. So, let's move on. Next thing we can do then is the NeoForge stuff. Now, as I say, NeoForge isn't going to actually work in public test, but I want to add at least the kind of project creation process, even if it doesn't do anything. I think it'd be nice to have that. So it's basically identical to the Forge one. And when I say basically identical, I mean literally identical. The only difference is that it uses the obviously NeoForge versions rather than the Forge versions, and the default mapping channel is Parchment. But apart from that, it's exactly the same. So we just need to go project, onboarding, implementation. I'm going to copy Forge project onboarding, and I'm going to paste to be NeoForge project onboarding. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. This just needs to be NeoForge Minecraft version cache. This needs to be NeoForge version. this needs to be create NeoForge version. Basically, we're just going to do that for everything. So NeoForge version will be like there and there. Okay, then we have where we've got Forge version here, we can do NeoForge version. I thought I don't have a NeoForge project keys though, do I? Project keys? No. Oh, I think I just kept it as Forge version, actually. I mean, I guess we can have a NeoForge version. No, it's just going to be Forge version. It doesn't really matter. It's just a string, so it really doesn't matter. And yeah, everything else will be exactly the same. The only thing after that is to make sure in the create NeoForge version step that we are fetching NeoForge versions, of course. So and all of these need to be called the correct thing. So NeoForge version, NeoForge version, NeoForge version, NeoForge version. You get the point. We'll just do this for all of them. Let's make sure there isn't anything hidden there. There is not. Latest NeoForge version. Okay. Is recommended Neo. And go to fetch NeoForge. This will be fetch NeoForge versions. Okay. And that's fine. Okay, so we just need to fix those two methods. Let's go to fetch NeoForge versions. And we also have resolve Forge Minecraft versions. So this needs to be resolve NeoForge Minecraft versions, which needs to be NeoForge, get all versions, and then extract Minecraft version ID, stream, look up Minecraft version. Yep, those are all fine. This is NeoForge versions payload. I think that's in this class, so that's fine. This needs to be NeoForge. Boom, boom. And then NeoForge. And I think that's it. Like, genuinely, I think that's it. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, because those just return a string. They used to return like a NeoForge object or something, but they don't do that anymore. This kind of maybe should still be a thing, so I'm going to keep that in there. It's not that important, but just worth noting. Where's this used? That's just used in there. Okay. Which is fine. And then that's it. Now, I admittedly don't know why the payload exists. Oh, probably because of the latest version. It's not really that important, but whatever. It works, I guess. Let's just search for Forge dot. See, NeoForge. Okay, let's search for forge space, which is just that one and that one. Okay, let's search for space forge. Aha! You little bugger. I don't know why I did that. Not capitalized, is it? And then is there another one? Aha! Found you. Okay, how else would there be one? Maybe like forge uppercase? I guess we can just search through them all. Yeah, like this one, for example. This will be Neoforge. Forge. That's fine. Yep, those are fine. That needs to be Neoforge as well. That's fine. That's fine. Fine. Alright, what if I just search for Forge generally? There's going to be a lot more. But we can just go through them reasonably quickly. So just make sure there isn't any left over. So fine. Keep going. Yep. Oh, no. That one. Got you, you little bugger. Fine. Yep. Shouldn't be any. Yeah. I'll just check just in case. It doesn't take long to go through and check, so all good. Okay. The only thing we need to do now is we need to find our Neoforge dots, which should definitely exist. Is it Neoforge underscores, maybe? Yeah, so we need to just find all of the lang things and just add those to the ENUS. Or the ENUS, if you will. I know some people love to call it the ENUS. Fair enough to you, I guess. I will just keep calling it the EN_US though. And basically, I think we just need to copy the entire Forge section. Wherever that is. I don't know where that is. I didn't add these translations. ChatGPT found the translations for me and did those for me. So I don't know where it's put them. But they are in here somewhere. Like this one, for example, needs to be Neoforge. What can I do? I can do Neo. I think that makes sense. Okay, I guess it's probably referenced somewhere. Okay, we're gonna have to actually look through all of these. Okay. These are fine. All fine. Yeah, these ones should all be fine. Okay. .lang is great, man. It's so much simpler. There was no need for ever make it a JSON file. Like, why? It's just adding extra characters, right? All you're adding is the extra these, plus a colon, plus an extra one of these, plus a comma for every single line. Plus you usually have an indent at the start as well, right? Plus you got to have the curly braces at the start and the end. There's no point making this a JSON file. Like, what's the point? There's no point. It's silly. It's stupid. I don't know why they did that. I get it's because they data genned it, like, whatever. But just, like, make data gen for lang files. Like, really? Is it really worth it? So stupid. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, okay, so basically all of these. So, oh, okay, my music player's erroring again. That's lovely. So, boom, 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 boom. Neo Forge. Boom, 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 boom. And I think that's it. Press Control F. Bro, that's going to be so much slower, because then I have to go through each one and I have to figure out, is this correct? Is this the correct one? Do I want to replace this one or not? The answer is probably no most of the time, so then it's so unnecessary. It takes so much longer. Because there's some where I want it to be forged. So there's a regex, but that won't cover every possible scenario. Like, for example, I believe somewhere in here there is a curse forge. See? And that would get picked up otherwise. And by the time I've written the regex, it's not worth it. Like, I hate freaking writing regexes. They're actually the worst thing on the planet. I mean, I like them, but I also hate them. Like, they're cool. I like what they can do, but they're also just horrible to write. So I'd rather not, unless I have to. It is not efficient, and I like efficiency. I also don't care that much about efficiency, so... details. Okay, so what I need to do now is I just need to delete deprecated. Bye-bye. And then plonk that back in. Boom. The only other thing is, what does this do when it's done? Is a very important question. What are you doing in here? I see, that's fine. That just starts up the whole project creation thing. Yeah, I started watching 30 when I was 9. What? Okay, you guys are crazy. How the frick are you doing programming at 9 and 10? That's friggin'... That's in primary school, man. I was friggin' dilly-dallying on friggin', I don't know. I don't even know what I was doing in primary school. Well, someone pinged me with a link on Discord. What is this? This might be what I'm looking for. How did this not come up in my search results? I'm sorry, but I searched Words API, and it hasn't come up with a friggin' one that is called Words API in my search results. What? I'm sorry, but that is crazy. Okay, is this useful to me though, is the question. Like, I can do random words, but can I filter the random words? Maybe? I mean, it doesn't say, does it? Just append random equals true. Oh, I see. You can use the search capability to find a random word matching your criteria, and then append the random is equal true to your request. That's pretty cool. Okay, so can we find a way to search for adjectives? Adjective. Probably not. No. In which case this isn't really that useful, unfortunately. There's frequency, there's rhymes, there's pronunciation. There's... Okay, what about if I search for noun? Because maybe... part of speech... Ah... Maybe... Maybe this could work. Can I filter by that? Where was that? That was in here. Like, can I filter by part of speech? part of speech. Including its part of speech. Get word details. Okay, but can I filter by the part of speech? Words pronounced differently. Da, 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 da. Okay. Represents the part of speech. No. Searching. Letters. Pronunciation pattern. No. Sounds. Aha. Part of speech is equal verb. So let's also do and random is equal true. And then let's try to find a random adjective. Fuck, man. Okay, have I done something wrong, or is that just... or does it just not work? It just doesn't work, unfortunately. So this literally exists, but the actual API it uses just doesn't exist. I'm literally pasting in the exact same thing that's on their freaking website. And maybe it's just wordsapi.com. Wordsapi.com. No, it isn't like that. Unless maybe it's like API? No. API v1, maybe? Or maybe it's like / v1? No. So it just doesn't exist, I guess. Oh, access to the API is provided by Rapid API. So it needs an API key. Unfortunately. So it's possible to use. It just means... it just means it would have to be ran through like a... I want to say a proxy server, but I don't think that's the right terminology. Basically, it would have to run through a server that has an API key, and then that would return back the response by making a request and then giving you back the response. It's basically what that would have to do. Also, what? Nokia has acquired Rapid? Okay, that is a very weird acquisition to be made, but sure. That's interesting, I guess. But yeah, this won't work. I mean, it's perfect. Like, this would be great. If I could do this... like, that's perfectly what I need, right? Not verbs, but adjectives and nouns, which apparently seem to exist, but Nokia has to stay relevant. I guess so. It's just weird. I didn't think I'd even hear from Nokia in 2025. But, you know. Oh, I see. It does say here it needs a shape key. I don't think that's the problem, because no, maybe it is. Well, what's the rate limits? 2,500 requests per day. Or you can buy the data for $629. Which is funny, because I bet they just got that from somewhere which has the data, right? Like, for free. Because there's no way they paid for that data. Or I'd be surprised if they even made that data. They probably just got it from some free source online, and now they're reselling it to claim it's their data. I bet that's exactly what's happened. Which is kind of crazy. But anyways... yeah, this isn't going to be helpful. I mean, even 1,200 words per day, like, or 2,500 even, it is not that much. Like, I mean, it's a lot, but it's not that much. I guess if we hit the limit, we just cache them and then pick a random one from the cache, and then... so, it could work, maybe? Maybe? But it still requires that we have a server running. I don't know. Once again, I'm going to look at that in the future. It's not really an issue right now. What is more of an issue right now is that when we run Railroad, which we cannot do, be helpful if we could do that first of all. When we run Railroad, it does this. This is the first screen we get. So that's obviously not ideal. And we obviously don't want it to do that. So let's just make it so it doesn't do that. Would be great. So let's figure out where it does that. I think it has a to-do. Yes, it does. So I think, hopefully, we can just remove that and it might work. Maybe? Okay. Okay. Good start. New project. Bad start. Why? Why? Very good question. Is it an issue with these, maybe? Is it because... No, this does put the type in there. Service, create project, which provides the type. Project type. That has the registry. Where's the registry used? That's in here. Which is project type pane. This has an error. Okay, no, it doesn't have an error. That's just IntelliJ being weird, I guess. All project types. Okay. Which is put in here. So where is this used? In here. And then on the right is a project details pane. Okay, which uses get or create content pane, which is project type.create details pane. Why wouldn't that work though? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch up Scenic View and I'm just gonna have a look. Because we might find that maybe it's in here and we're just not seeing it or something. Or probably more likely. No, I don't think that's the case. Here we go. So here is Scenic View. I don't know how I can really show you both of them though. I know what I can do. I can do this. Give me a second. Voila. And do that. And then we have Scenic View, so we can see what's in here. So if we do this, we can see this is the project type pane. This is the H box. This is the entire new project pane. So this H box obviously isn't quite working, first of all, but more importantly, what's inside of it? Can we see? Oh. No. I thought there was a way to see the data that was in there, but doesn't seem to be. Project details pane is just a stack pane, and it has nothing in it, which is weird. Probably because this takes in the scene, which isn't correct. It shouldn't do that. yeah, you see like here how it does process.run scene or whatever. Although admittedly that only goes into on finish, so I don't know how. So actually that should be fine, right? Oh no, because it does process.run scene. Right. But that should be fine, because that does scene.setRoot. So unless this doesn't have the scene, maybe. So, oh, wait, no, never mind. Because I am calling that, right? In here. New scene. Oh, because that's only when the scene property changes? Wait. I'm a little bit confused. Let me run debug mode and see if we can see. Also, I don't know how the hell Scenic View has just made it into. How is Scenic View now? Why is this on? How is that now my window capture? I've literally selected railroad. Railroad. No, that's IntelliJ. That's Scenic View. Where's railroad? Properties. Railroad. Thank you. Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. So if we go into here now, and I'm going to go new project, does it hit our breakpoint? No. That's probably what I thought was going to happen. Is this even being created? More importantly, I guess. Like if we see where this is used, for example, we can see it's created here. Stock details plain supplier, which is used here, which is here, which is used here. So if we breakpoint this and then start it up again, we can maybe have a look and see if that's causing the issue. I mean, this should be being called. I don't know why it wouldn't be called, but I guess you never know. We do this. Okay. So we step into that comes into here. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Wait, does it already have the scene set? I mean, it shouldn't, right? We look at scene route. No. Sub scene. No, there's a way to just get the scene. We can evaluate get scene, can't we? Which is null. Okay. As expected. Which means that this should run. I mean, there's no reason why this shouldn't then run. Unless this isn't being added to the scene. Maybe it's not being added to the scene. Aha. Let's figure out why it's not being added to the scene. What are you diagnosing right now? Right now we are trying to diagnose why we cannot actually see the project creation in the main railroad UI. So you can see I've got the UI up, so we're going to try and create a new project. And I'm just going to step over. Okay, this is fine. I don't care about this, because we know that's running, right? Ah, but that's now friggin' put it back to there. Oh, you. Okay. Let's try again. I just want to see where this is being called, to be honest, guys. That's what I'm looking for right now. Step over. This or so that gets or creates the content pane. So that's created. Okay. Right, but where is this being called? Content property.bind, get or create content pane. So that should just set the content, right? But it's obviously not. Content. Yeah, see, it's bound, but it's invalid. So, like, if we look at the value is null. Which brings us back to here. So, project details pane has the content, but the content is null. So, okay, actually, what's the project type? The project type is null? No, the project type is fabric. Okay. Project details pane has this, which has this, which has our content, hopefully, somewhere. Children. That just has a label. Right, but that still has a label. There's still a label in there. But then... we go down here and we look at the children. Children. Where's the children? But where are the children? Oh my god. Also, do not take that out of context. That sounds really bad. Now that I realized. Okay, there's no children. Wait, where are we? We're here. Oh yeah, because it hasn't been added to the children yet. Wait. So let's step over. So content box, and then it does get children to add content box. So children. Okay, but that hasn't added it. What? Wait, what? Oh, that. Oh, because I'm looking in. Oh. 1 second. No. We need to look at this, and then children. And then... this one? Do you have any children? I'm so confused. Does this have any children? Yes. So what children do you have? You have this one, which has, hopefully, children. No children. What? I'm a little bit confuzzled, guys. What the Sigma is happening? Okay. So it does that. And then right pane adds the children. So, okay, we have the right pane. Inside the right pane, we have the children. Okay. Inside the children, we have the new project pane. Inside the new project pane, we should have the children. We have a rectangle, which I don't remember what that is, but it's there. And then we have a V box and a H box. I think the children should be in the... No, it has to be in... Wait. New project pane. Okay. Then we have... Okay, so it's the H box. It's the H box. So let's look inside the H box. The H box should have the project type and the project details. So we'll go down here. And we go children. We have the project type, which should be the type of... Go into here. And we see what the value is, hopefully, maybe. No? It's there somewhere. All project types. There's no project types. Is that why? Well, we have a project details pane. Yeah, that's saying there's no project type. If we look at the content, there's nothing. So if we go down here, is there any children? No. Okay. Where are we? We're here. So let's step over again. Okay, and that happens there. So we go over again. Okay, okay, okay. Can we find out where we were or not? Is that too far is that too far down? Yeah, it is. Okay, we're not gonna be able to find that. Okay, well the issue, right, is that it's basically saying there's no project types. So by that logic, let's try and figure out why there's no project types. Well, this class is never initialized. So we need a public static void initialize. I think that's probably why. So I will do projects type registry dot initialize. Not there though. That's not the correct place. It needs to be here somewhere. Anywhere here really. It doesn't really matter. We can do this one. I'm going to do after there because then that makes sure that these are present, which should fix any possible issues, theoretically. And hopefully this will work. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Very important. Okay. This isn't what I thought we were going to get stuck on today, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It was actually one of the last things I thought we were going to get stuck on. I thought this would be a simple swap and replace, but it's not turning out to be that way. It's in fact just not working at all. So if we look in scenic view real quick. So we have the list view. And then we have the project details pane. So the list view is basically the project type list view. But it has no values. Which is really, really weird. Let's look at project type list view. Here we go. And we have effects collection.observable radius, project type.registry.values. And I don't know why that wouldn't work. Let me try debug this, maybe. And maybe just seeing what is in here, right? Because it's obviously not working. It's just a matter of like, why isn't it working? So I'm going to go new project. Okay, and we step over that. So this dot all project types is empty. How? Okay, the only way that's possible is if this has not run. I'm pretty sure. So let's play. But that hasn't. But it must have run. One second, let's try run it again. What is Scenic View? Scenic View is actually one of the greatest things to ever have been created. It basically lets you see the entire scene graph and like all of the different properties of it. You can see the CSS, you can see all of the shenanigans. It's great. It's actually fantastic. Oh. I may have just figured out why it's not working. For any app? No. Just for anything that is built in JavaFX, it will work. This isn't working because I haven't registered it. The absolute nincompoop that I am has completely forgotten to. Which is great. That's why this isn't working. .registry, .register, railroad, :fabric. And it needs to pass that in there. That's why that's not working. Always the silliest things. When I say always, I mean literally always. It is literally always the silliest things that cause something to not work. Always making the silly mistakes. Railroad, :neo, forge. Okay. Now it will work. I probably shouldn't have ran it in debug mode because I don't really care anymore. Because I'm pretty confident it's gonna work now. Admittedly, it probably should show a screen that says like no project types found, but I mean that's never gonna happen because they're all registered. I mean, it's like like yes, it probably should do that, but like it doesn't really matter. Anyways, this is fine. The only issue is there's no way to go back or to like cancel. How much do I care about that though? Is the question. What I could do is I could start it up in a new scene, maybe, but that kind of involves rewriting a little bit of that, and that's just kind of a pain to do. Make the back button. That's kind of complicated. The problem with making a back button is like this is the entire scene, right? If I go into Scenic View, don't know why I showed that on that screen anyways, because you can already see it. But the issue, okay, OBS, please let me friggin', okay, thank you. Okay, this hasn't, it's bugged out. Sometimes it does do that, admittedly, which is a little bit of an issue, but I'll just rerun Scenic View and it should fix itself. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that's literally the entire scene. So like there isn't a way to go back. Like you can't go back. And the problem. Wait, that is a problem. Wait, this isn't going to work because there's no way to now change between Fabric Forge and Neo Forge. Is there? Because it goes straight into this and that replaces the entire scene. So that's a little bitty itty bitty problem. Okay. Okay, first things first, let's do a little bit of renaming. So details pane. I'm gonna call this onboarding UI supplier. And I'm gonna rename this as such. So create onboarding UI. Create a returns a new onboarding UI. Returns an onboarding UI. A new onboarding UI for the project type. This can be called onboarding UI supplier, and we can rename this as such. So onboarding UI, like that. Okay. We need to go into creating an onboarding UI. Okay, what we can do, what I'm thinking basically, is in the project details pane, which is still a thing. Admittedly, it should be renamed, but maybe in there we have some kind of button. And maybe what it should do, instead of replacing the entire scene, is to create a new window, right? So like basically a window, basically the same as IntelliJ, right? When you do a new project, it creates this new window, right? And this is basically attached to IntelliJ. So I can't now like go back into IntelliJ and do something because it's got this. You can't hear the sound, but you know, it doesn't like when you do that, because you can't. So we could basically do that kind of thing. I think that's probably the best solution. Yeah, that might have been quite loud, actually. I apologize. Because that's my desktop audio, and I usually have that disabled on stream. So that might have been a little bit loud. Actually, let me just do something real quick, which I need to do, and I forgot to do before stream, which might have been lagging the stream a little bit. Okay, there we go, that's off. Okay. Yeah, so what we can do is we can come into the place where this happens. So basically these, and where it's doing this, we can just start up a new scene. So we can have like a button in here or something. How do we do this? Like, Alright, this is basically what we need to do, right? So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And let's have a private void create or start onboarding. And I'm just going to have scene parent scene, or we need the stage actually. So stage parent window, and then we create a new stage, and basically do this. So we need to create a scene. Set scene, show the scene. Okay. And obviously later on, hopefully during this stream, but maybe next time, is we're going to have to actually use the new window creation thing. But for now, this is fine. what we do need to really do here is just do a little bit of localization. So project.onboarding.title, like that, and that does that. Now this takes a width and height 600, 400. That's not really ideal. It needs to do this whole shenanigans. So, but now we can just copy that across, but yeah, that's fine. And then we're gonna want this probably as well. So we can do when does that happen? Does that happen after the scene is created? Okay. So we can just do railroad.handle styles, taking in the new scene. And then we need this, apparently. I don't actually know if that's necessary, but we will see. Need to add this. So that will go here. Railroad.get resources scene is thingy. Onboarding stage. Okay, then it shows it. So actually that needs to go. Wait. Oh, I see. So these need to go here, like that. Then this is the window stuff, so that sets the scene and then it shows it. And then it needs to do this, which will take in the onboarding stage. And then, isn't there another thing? Oh yeah, it needs to do this before it sets the scene. So that will be onboarding stage. Okay. And that will be set to new scene, which will be onboarding scene. Oh, get width plus 10. It has to do that for like the border, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then all we have to do in here is basically just create the UI. So we can have a var start button, which will be a new RR button. Which takes that in. We can do start onboarding button. We can set a couple things. So we can set the size, first of all. And then we can also set the type as well. So that will be, I think it's variant. Yes, it is. Button variant.primary. Set on action. We can get that. That gives us a window. Can you, when you set the owner, okay, that can take in a window. So that means that we can just have window passed in there. So that can just be window, which saves us doing that nasty cast as well, which is good. And then do that. And I'm just going to say that this is the parent. It's pretty obvious, like, what, well, I don't know, I'm actually kind of 50-50. I think parent window is fine, actually. Okay. And then basically add that, and I think that's probably all we want. Maybe center it as well, so vbox.set vgrow, and then also we can do vbox.set. Isn't there a way to set an alignment? Set alignment. No, it's just like this, isn't it? Yeah, which is fine. Admittedly, that should probably be done where it's used, but it's not, so it's fine, I think. Okay. Yeah, that should work. Maybe set padding a little bit. And another thing that it's always good to do is to just add the CSS class. So get style class dot add, which is the project details pane. And then we can also do the exact same thing for the button as well. So start onboarding button dot sure, we can set the max width, I guess. Start onboarding button dot get style class. Okay, maybe not actually. I don't really know. Okay. And then basically we can just replicate this for all the other ones. We can probably reuse this. I don't see why not. We just need this function here, basically. Yeah. That's all we need. So what we could probably do is just have a basic project creation pane is what I'm going to call it, or basic or onboarding project creation pane is what we can call it. And I'm just going to take all of this, I'm going to do that, and then the only thing I need to do is take in a function, or not even a function. Well, no, technically it needs to be a function. Function of... No, it doesn't need to be a function. It needs to be a consumer of a scene, which will be on start onboarding. Then we'll have a private final consumer of scene on start onboarding. Set that there. And then inside of here, we can do on start onboarding like that. Okay. And then all we need to do is basically get rid of all of those. Okay, we can keep this, can't we? Yeah. The only thing I will do is move them. I don't know where I want to move them to. Probably to onboarding. And then just move that into projects. This could probably go in the UI as well. Okay. And then I need to just go into the project type list view, and I need to find... I always forget what the class is called. Yeah, this one. So that creates a project details pane. Kind of? Yeah? Yeah. So that just does create onboarding UI. I think that's fine. To be honest, I think that's okay. It just means that in here, we need to do those things. So we need to do a new project. What did I call it, guys? Project onboarding. No, what did I call it? I've already forgotten. Onboarding project creation pane. Okay. Onboarding project creation pane, which will take in basically this. So scene start scene. Like that. Boom. Because this needs to be a supplier. So like that. And then that just needs to be the exact same thing here. I don't know why you've done that. So let's not do that, please. And then same thing here. Okay, no, stop. Bro, just do the thing. Copilot, please. Scene. Oh my god, I'm just gonna have to do it manually at this, right? Okay. It's because I don't have the import, but like, can't it just figure out that, like, whatever. I'm not gonna argue with it. I think that will work, to be honest. Should we give it a try? Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the window capture again. And then I'm just gonna put it over here. So we go new project. It doesn't look great. But it has worked. I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll need to come up with some kind of better design for that. I'm not a designer, so this is probably how it's going to be in public test. Obviously, this will be translated. Let's do that real quick, because otherwise I'm going to completely and utterly forget. So we'll add the translation at least. But yeah, like in terms of how it visually looks, it's just going to stay like that. So we have this. And then we also need to put this one in here as well. So project.onboarding.start button. So wait, is that what it's called? No, that's not correct. It should be like the name and description could probably be in that UI somewhere, to be honest. But anyways, let's go onboarding UI like that. And then let's do railroad.project.onboarding.start button, and then railroad.project.onboarding.title. And then we can just plonk both of them in there. So that will be equal start project creation. And then I don't think that's correct. Yeah. It needs to be like that, which will be, sure, create new project is fine, I guess. I mean, this has creation.onboarding.prepare. I guess it could be. We don't have this anymore though, right? Sure, let's do creation.onboarding just for consistency. Like that. And then if we run that again, it should now work, in theory. So let's do a new project. You guys can't see. And yes. Okay. So if we do fabric. Ooh, didn't work. Okay, why not? Pane is already inside a scene graph and cannot be set as root. No, it's not. Excuse me? Start onboarding scene. Okay, so it creates the scene. Oh. Yeah, that's not correct. I guess it just needs to be a new border pane or something. It just needs to be something, to be honest. Maybe like some kind of loading, onboarding something or something. But yeah, it can't take in this because this is already in the scene. So let's try again. And then I think after that, we're going to be moving on to fixing this friggin' lag, which is going to be lovely. I cannot wait. And yes, and then if I close that and then go back, it should. Nice. Okay. Finally. Now, before we continue, I'm quickly just going to be right back. So I will be right back. Okay, so now that we are done with this, let me just quickly go to the railroad channel and see where we're at in terms of the steps. So we've duplicated it for Forge and NeoForge. We have integrated it into the project creation window. So the next thing to do is fix friggin' logger. So first things first, let's do some pushing. And let me close some things as well that don't need to be open. So let's just minimize that. We need to just push it. Okay, so I've done a bunch of stuff. I don't like Copilot summarizing it because half the time it like gives it a really stupid commit name, but like, yeah, that's fine. It'll do. We just do need to give it a second because sometimes IntelliJ doesn't like save all the files immediately. It takes a second, which is always really annoying when it does that. I think that's fine. So if we go ahead and push that, that is 6 commits, and that is all of the onboarding done, which is fantastic. Admittedly, though, I didn't test if the Forge and NeoForge ones work. They're not that important, but I would just like to have a look, at least. Let's at least have a look. It would be good to know, at least, if they work or not. So, let's go, Forge Genius. Next, dev.30wordy. Next. They do not. Oh, they do. It just didn't load immediately. Interesting. Okay. I don't know why they're not putting in as the default values, admittedly. Official being motion map, that is correct. 121.1, that's correct. Okay, I wanted Forge options to be separate steps. Don't know how I managed to fuck that one up. But sure. I'm not gonna enable any of those just in case. Let's go next. Hello? Next. Thank you. Oh. Okay, fine. Yep. Those are all fine. Finish. Oh, we should probably do these. Also, that didn't work. It has failed to delete a folder. I don't know what folder. Removing client source directory as split sources is disabled. Client source directory. But it should only do that if it's Fabric. Wait a goddamn minute. Okay, maybe we're not going to be fixing the logger right now. Let's try and have a look at least. Look for Fabric anywhere. Nope. Okay, interesting. I mean, kind of, as I've said many times at this point, I'm not too fussed with getting Forge to work. As long as one of them works is kind of my major concern at the moment. The reason is because once we open it for public testing, that's when I want people to start contributing. And so it's actually ideal if things aren't working correctly, in a way. Because it's something for people to come along and fix, which is good, right? Because we want contributions. So in a way, it's a good thing. Obviously, I prefer everything was great and finished. But at the same time, if it allows people to contribute, that's also a good thing, right? If the Fabric one is a perfectly working template, then people can basically come along, look at this and see, oh, that's probably why this isn't working, so let's fix that. I mean, it would be probably trivial to fix this, I imagine. If we have a look, like for example, in this create optional details step, basically all of the stuff past the URLs, so display test, client side only, those could very easily just be their own step. Like it would be pretty trivial to do that. So like that kind of thing. I don't know where the Git one is. Are these not in the right order? Because doesn't Git run after? Are these not in the right order? I like to have the methods in the right order, but I don't think they're in the right order. Yeah, license and Git are running after those. Wait, no they're not. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Oh no, they're not. Optional details is the last one. Interesting. I guess that's fine. I would just prefer that, like, after optional details, I'll actually put it as a to-do in here. To-do. And then people can come along and maybe have a look at that later on. Make it so the display test and client side only options are only shown for versions that support it. That's true. That is a thing that actually does need to be done. Make it so the display test and client side only options are in their own steps. And then to do fix the combo boxes not being immediately populated. Not being immediately populated. And instead having the data fetched completely async. I think those are fine to-dos. I will need to add those to Neoforge as well, because obviously it's exactly the same, right? So the same issues are going to occur there as well. Now let's quickly look at project creation, the actual steps, because that's obviously not ideal. So if we go step and we go, it's in the delete one, which is in rename directories or something like that. Rename packages. Here we go. The Boolean split sources. Oh, I see. Change split sources and get as Boolean split sources. Okay, if not split sources, then it does delete directory. This should really only delete it if it exists, though. Which is actually kind of an issue with the implementation of this. Delete folder. So if files does not exist folder, then just return. And that basically will just fix that issue. It won't be an issue anymore. That's fine. The other thing maybe worth doing in here is saying if files is not directory, then just try delete it. And then return. I think that's fine. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. And basically that should fix that problem. I'm going to quickly go into my user folder and delete all of the ones we have. Because I have a bunch of little projects that I've created just sitting in here. Go delete. Boom. And let me just empty. Oops, don't do that. Okay, just cleaning things up, because otherwise those will start to annoy me. Okay, and I think the rest is fine. We're not going to worry about that right now, at least. Also, look, they've changed the frickin' checkboxes. These are different. They didn't used to look like that. They're like blue now. Anyways, just a random thing I thought I'd point out. Okay, push that, get that out of the way. Okay, let's have a look at the logger. So I already have the logger. So if I go new window. Okay, so I think I've already made the changes, but let's have a quick look-sees. Yeah, so now we have a logger service. I will be right back again. Okay, so we're back. I think this should just work. I mean, I haven't tested anything we have here. I guess I can, I have the test file, but let's just run this, I guess, and see if that works. Let's see. give it a second to spin up. Gradual moment. Okay, how many is this logging again? 1,000. Okay. I'll just let it do the whole thing. Okay, it correctly shuts down. Okay, then let's just look to see if it did log it all correctly. So, I actually don't remember where it puts it, admittedly. Oh, it logs to all of them, so I just deleted them all. Okay, question. Is this lagging out my CPU? No, it's actually fine, I think. Yes. Okay, so that means it's basically fixed. Well, not really, I guess, because the issue was actually that there was multiple loggers, and they were all trying to write at the same time. So, like, it's harder to test that. I mean, I guess I could make basically, like, 2 loggers. Logger 2. And then I could do... and then logger 2. And run that and see if that lags out my PC. I'm just going to move side to side the entire time so you guys can tell me if it's lagging or not. It's so stupid. But it's the best way to test this, I promise. I don't think it is lagging. I think it's fine. I don't think that lagged at all. Why are you over there? Let me have a look. It's really not the best way. Bro, it is the best way. How else am I meant to know? Okay, I'm gonna watch it back and see if it was lagging or not. Okay. 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 Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's not lagging. That's good. That means it's working. Is your logging system a remake of the Minecraft logging system? Not really. I mean, a little bit, but not really. It's quite different. Oh, also, I just realized I have top chat on and not live chat. I don't think it really matters, but I guess that's worth noting. Means I probably might have missed a couple people's messages. I apologize if I have not responded to your message and you sent a message and you thought I was just ignoring you. I probably just didn't see your message because I only had top chat on. Hopefully that's not the case, but I guess you never know. So anyways, yes, that works. So... oh god, we have a clip. What is this? Okay. Oh, you guys can't see. Okay. Okay, thank you, Alex. Definitely needed that. Okay. Let's see if the logger has been pushed. I don't know if I pushed it to GitHub or not. Let me see. Railroad logger. I actually have, apparently. Interesting. Let me undo the changes I've made. Discard. Okay. I need to know if I've made a build for it or not. So let's go to the Maven. Releases dev railroad IDE. And then we need to look for railroad logger. The latest is 1.0.3. Possibly? Maybe? What do I have it in, where would it be? In here. Yeah, I have 1.0.3. So that's probably correct. Let me have a look on the GitHub. That's the best way to check. So here we go. And if we go to commits, we should hopefully be able to see that this bumps it to 1.0.3. Yes, it does. Okay, good. So that means that the latest is 1.0.3. So, in theory, what that means is that all I have to do is come into build.gradle, find the logger dependency, which I cannot see because I'm probably blind. Yep, there it is. And change that to 1.0.3. And hypothetically, it should just work. So let's try. No, because they're... Oh yes, that is true. Right, because loggers now don't quite work like this. You now have to supply basically a service to the logger, like this. Now, yeah, because I can do .service and then I can do this and then if I wait, how does that work? Oh, that just means you can get the service back. Right. So I can do service. And then I can do logger service .builder. And basically set the defaults on the builder instead of here. So like that. And then do .build. Boom. But I think you can actually copy it from an existing one, and you can also get the service from a logger. So that'll be fine. I think if I now run... Oh no, plugins are going to have an issue. Yes, that's correct. This is fine though. All I have to do is do .service and pass in railroad.logger.getService, meaning it will just go ahead and copy the service. Now, the only issue will be the actual plugins themselves. If they make their own loggers, it won't work. It actually looks like they're not. The Whack-A-Time plugin is logging fine, and I think the Discord plugin should be logging fine. Yes, it is. Okay, so those are fine. That means I don't have to do anything with those, and my PC shouldn't be lagging anymore. Fuck, why is it still lagging? Oh no. Why is it still lagging, guys? Why is it still lagging? Huh. That means the issue isn't to do with the logger then. Is it the Discord plugin? One second, I'm going to try and remove my my plugins. It could possibly be the Discord or the Whack-A-Time plugin. Especially since I have an old version of the Whack-A-Time plugin, which I should probably just go ahead and remove. So let's remove Whack-A-Time and Discord. And let's see. I still have the GitHub plugin, but I know that's fine. That's not the issue. So I've removed those plugins. Let's see. I probably could have just disabled them. Is that better? That's fine, right? Yeah, that's fine. CPU usage is still not great, but it's not destroying my entire PC. So if we look at it now, 30% basically is what it's sitting on. What if I focus Railroad? Because sometimes when I focus it, Or like before when I focused it, it would spike my CPU usage. No, it's fine. It's sitting exactly the same. I've got it on my other monitor. It's sitting 25 to 35%. Bearing in mind, I have a shit CPU, by the way, guys. So, you know, for the majority of people, this will be perfectly fine. I actually have a dog water CPU, so... I mean, I don't even know why it's using that much. Like, it's not doing anything right now, so I don't know why it's using that much. It could just be... I mean, you have to bear in mind, this is running in development, which will use a lot more CPU usage because it's got all the debuggers and all of that is attached to the process. So that's actually doing a lot of work. Plus Java itself, you've got the JVM, you've got garbage collection. I suspect that's probably a lot of it, but then the thing is, I look at, say, IntelliJ right now, and that's using 0% CPU. So there's obviously something going on here, isn't there? What could be doing something? I reckon it still maybe is the logger. Could it be the logger? Nah. Could it be? Okay, let's have a look, actually. Let's have a look. Let's do a little bit of profiling. Now, I don't remember what I used before to profile it, so I'm going to have a look. I'm just looking in Discord. Let's see if I can find what I said I used. It was actually a while ago. I can't find it. No. I'm struggling to find it. Well, it was really a long time ago, huh? Ah, found it. I used JProfiler course. Now, I think I still have that on my PC. Indeed we do. And this should tell us basically what it is. I suspect the logger is doing some of it, but it can't be all of it. Can't be all of it. Okay, I need to request a new key for it, though, and I don't remember how you do that. There's a way to... No, you can... Okay, no, cancel. How do you do it? Okay, this is what comes up, guys. What do I do? Is it this one? I don't think it is this one. There's a way to get like you can do it for free. Because I accidentally closed it. Oh, that's also fixed the issue of it shutting down. Because before, when you closed the railroad window, it would still run afterwards. It would just keep running. And that was because of the logger. Basically, the logger wouldn't shut down, but now it does, so that's great. What did I said in Discord, didn't I? How to do this? JProfiler. Try JProfiler. Oh, yeah. It came up with evaluate for 10 days. I think it is request new evaluation key. Do I have to send them an email? Or can I just... Okay. I can't show you guys any of this, unfortunately. It's because it says basically my evaluation key has expired. So can I just, like, clear it? No. Yeah, you actually just can't use JProfiler. Like, you actually have to pay to use JProfiler, which is kind of crazy. Hello, Aleatorio. Welcome to the stream. Okay, evaluate. Oh, I still have to fill in a friggin' evaluation form. Oh, you have to download the latest one? Oh my god. This is so stupid. Why is it so hard to friggin'... Like, come on. I have to download the latest one just to get a friggin' license. Also, like, these things are so expensive as well. Like, if I wanted to pay for this, it's like... It's expensive. I think it was like £800 a year. Or something like that. Like, it's crazy. Just for a freaking Java profiler. I tried to run the IntelliJ one, but it just doesn't work. I don't know exactly why. So I'm just gonna have to download the friggin' new one, and then... Okay, here we go. Exit that. Okay. I downloaded the new one. What's a Java profile? Basically, it allows you to see the CPU usage and like memory usage and stuff of your Java applications. And you can find exactly what is using what, you know, you can find what's using your CPU and whatever. My Copilot ran out. Rip, man. Yeah, mine's running out in like 4 or 5 days, which is quite sad. Okay, here we go. I'm sending it here. So I have to give it my email, but that's fine because I'll give it my junk email. Okay. Okay, I've got my key, so then I can continue, paste my key, activate. Okay. I have a key. So we can now use it. Crazy that you have to do all of that, but whatever. IDE integration needs an update. Oh my god. This is crazy. Just for a freaking Java profiler? Really? Does it even need an update, or is that just lying? Check style needs an update. Really? It's because it's for this specific version. They have a plugin for that specific version. Do you realize how crazy this is? Install plugin. I have to close IntelliJ. You're kidding me. This is insane. This is actually insane. Install, please. Okay, it's added the plugin. So now I have to friggin' Open IntelliJ. Okay, hopefully we now have the profiler. Okay, so profile from within the IDE. Yeah, there's a way to do it in the IDE. I don't fucking know how. I think you edit configurations or something. Add there's a way to do it. I don't know how you do it. And you got the profiler here. So I guess there's this one. If I go ahead and... Oh, no. Here you go. Yeah, profile run. Which, in theory, should bring it up on here. Also, sorry, guys. I don't think they have a dark mode. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to suck up the... Oh, no, they do. There we go. Okay, so... we can see the cool tree by Fred. And we can see what's using the most CPU, basically. We go... I forgot exactly how this works. Is it method list? Yeah, here you go. So it's this thread.run. I don't know where that's happening. It's still the logger? Damn. The logger is still using all the CPU usage. Huh. That's kind of crazy. Is there a way to... Because there's also thread.run. That might be the logger, though. There is a way to... Yeah, here you go. Yeah, so this is all like the startup stuff, I think, right? Yeah. So that's it. That's the only thing running right now is thread.run. And I think that's in the logger. And unfortunately, there just isn't really a way to solve that, I don't think. Like if we reset telemetry, no, not reset telemetry, reset CPU profiling. Yeah, most of it is here. And most of it's the logger because of the variable rate scheduling. I guess now it doesn't have to be variable though. So originally it was variable because different loggers could have it scheduled at different rates. But that's not a thing anymore. So I could probably fix that. For sure. Basically getting rid of the variable rate scheduler. I don't know why there's two of them though. That's not correct. This is being called from schedule, which is called from here, which is called okay. Yeah, thread.run. Fix calls. That's being called there. Yeah. I mean, that's literally the only thing using the CPU. Literally, that's it. Nothing else has used the CPU. Everything else is on 0 milliseconds. So it is just the logger. So at some point I need to go into that and I just need to yeet the variable rate scheduling and just run a normal thread. I mean, that would be so much quicker as well. So much simpler. But to be honest, for now, that's fine. It's not destroying my CPU anymore. Because it's better. It runs better. Obviously still not great, but we can fix that another time, to be honest. And we can always make public tests after the first public test, you know. So that'll be fine. Let's move on to the next thing. If we have a look, I don't think we'll get the next thing done today, but we can have a look. We can try. So first of all, let's push what we have. Oh, the next thing is rewriting the main class. We can have a look at that, though. But we're probably not going to get that done today. Hopefully Copilot knows dependency version. Yeah, that's fine. Push that. Boom. That's done. Okay. So yeah, next thing is rewriting the main class. So unfortunately, this is going to be a pain in the bottom because it's not up to date with dev. So yeah. Let me build the project so I can see where we were at. I think we left it on errors. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, because if we didn't, I'm going to struggle to figure out where we were with this. So I'm really hoping we left it on some errors. That's not great. I mean, yes, we did leave it on errors, but that's not where I wanted it to leave on errors. That's fine. I don't know why it's saying that's erroring. That's fine as well. What the fuck is happening? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from dev. Thing is, it's going to break everything. It's going to break everything. Because the problem is I've rewritten a lot of the main class, right? So if you kind of look at the main class now, it's a lot simpler. There's hardly anything going on in here. There's still a bunch of things in here, but I mean, these things could maybe be moved elsewhere. I mean, later on we're going to have, obviously, a bootstrapper. So we're going to have a splash screen that pops up and says, Railroad, welcome to Railroad, or something. And it'll say loading settings, loading keybinds, loading plugins, etc., etc. So eventually these will be moved into steps for that to work. Now, until then, it's just a matter of like, what do we do with this? I kind of want to say we don't have time to do any of this today because we really don't. Okay, let's try and get dev pushed into this branch. And I am terrible with Git, guys, so I don't know how to do that. Does anyone good at Git that knows how I can pull the latest changes from a branch that this branch is based on? I'm sure there's a way to do that, right? Branch. I can update from main. Do I need to merge into current branch? Merge dev. Okay, 19 conflicted files. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay, well, we want to
commits from the selected branch will be added to the current branch via a merge commit. So that means it's a single commit, right? Is that right? Or is that what squash and merge does? Oh shit, I don't know the difference. You know what you do when you don't know something? You ask good old ChatGPT. Okay, so create a merge commit. Result keeps the full commit history from the source branch, dev, and adds one extra merge commit. Creates commits like merge branch dev into main class rewrite. If it want full traceable history, the commit history can get noisy and messy. Squash and merge combines all commits from the dev branch into a single commit in main class rewrite. Okay. Easy to revert. Loses the individual commit history from the branch. They get compressed into one. Rebase reapplies each commit from dev on top of main class rewrite without creating a merge commit. Clean linear history like squash, but preserves individual commits. No merge commit. Rewrites history, not good if others are working on the same branch. Can cause painful conflicts if branch diverged a lot. Regardless of which option you choose, you have to resolve those conflicts before the merge can proceed. Okay. Since I will be merging back into okay, what I can say is this branch is based on dev, and so it will be brought back into dev at some point. What's the best option? I don't want no, I'm just gonna say that. Branched off of dev, you're now merging dev into main class rewrite to bring it up to date. Later, main class rewrite will be merged back into dev when the rewrite is complete. Best option, create a merge commit. You want to preserve both branches' full histories and avoid rewriting commits because main class using a merge commit. Okay. So it wants me to do the merge commits. Okay. Okay, I don't know how all of these are erroring though. I don't really understand because I don't think I've changed this. I think for most of these, I'm just going to use what's in dev. Because what's in dev is probably correct. Like a lot of these are just like gone now, right? So by that logic, project type, yeah, that can go there. Don't include that. Don't include that. Don't include that. Yeah, don't include that, and don't include that, which gives us a lot more that we can go ahead and deal with. So like form directory chooser. Let's go and have a look at that one first. Let's go form directory chooser. Okay, and let's see what the issues are. So the issues are just imports, right? So when the issues are just imports, that makes it so much easier because I can basically just do that, and IntelliJ should fix it for me. Okay, can I just say that's resolved? Or like, you know, but can I tell it that it's been resolved, or, you know, is that possible to do? Do I need to like save the file? Because it has been solved, you know? Nice, okay, that's fixed it. So now we can go form component. I assume it's going to be basically the exact same thing. So form component, yeah, this is just imports. So we can go ahead and just fix those. And save. And basically that should solve that. Okay. So then we have services and we have railroad. Let's do services first, because that's going to be the easiest one. Railroad's going to be a big boy. So I'm hoping this is just imports as well. It is not, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate. Why is it not just imports? I don't know. Oh, it's because I've added the logger service and stuff. Okay, I think I can just fix this by letting them both exist, I believe. Yeah, I think I can basically just let them all exist. So basically just do that. There's a lot of if-else. It is. There's also no way to fix that, but, you know. It is what it is. Okay, let me do that, and then basically, all the rest should just kind of fix themselves. This one should be that. This one should be that. And that's it, I believe. So if we go back into here, boom, that's done. Okay, next one is the big boy. The real big boy, which is going to be railroad. Now, this is going to have a lot of problems, I believe. We're going to try, and we'll see. So, yeah, that just needs to be that. This needs to be there. Like that. Imports, I don't care about. We can fix those kind of as they come. So let's just import all of these, which will fix hopefully a lot of these issues. And then the only other ones will be in the actual main method. We'll need to go ahead and make sure everything is fine. So like these ones I know I want. These ones I'm also going to want. And then I won't want these ones. I don't believe. Yeah, we don't want any of that. So then we can just import these. I think it's that one. Yes, I don't know why there's two, admittedly. I actually have no idea why there's two. Not Minecraft, not mappings. Project. Minecraft. Mapping. But there isn't one in project, is there? Oh, there is. Wait, what is it on dev? I'm so confused. This obviously hasn't copied dev. Right? Railroad. 1 second, I need to have a look now, because now I'm a little bit confused. Let's go source main Java projects. Okay, yeah, the ones in... Okay, we're gonna have to delete a few files, I think. So, in Minecraft, These don't exist. This just doesn't exist. Boom, bye, gone. I mean, that's all the conflicts, right? Continue merge. Does that fix that? Or like, if I build project, no, there's still some weird shit. So where is this then? Where are we right now? One of them. I don't know. I think this is in core. Project Minecraft mapping channel. Is that correct? Railroad core. Project Minecraft mapping channel. Or Project Minecraft. So this one is correct. I don't know where this one has come from then. And then this one needs to fix itself. Logger service locator. That doesn't exist though. What do you mean that doesn't exist? How doesn't that exist? Oh, because that now needs to be service locator? Get service logger subclass, I think that's how it's done now. Yeah, I think so. So basically I need to do this. I need to replace all of these. How do you do it? Is it Alt? It's Alt Shift R, isn't it? I think. Alt Shift R? No? Control Shift R? Yeah, there you go. So then it's like that. And replace all. Replace. And that just means we need to import logger for all of them. Which is actually going to be a bunch of errors. And all of the imports will need doing as well. Okay, what I can do is I can do right click, optimize imports, which will go ahead and kind of fix some of them. Okay, and this needs fixing as well. So this is now service locator dot get service localization service, I think. Yeah. So whatever that was before, I need to do Control Shift R and replace those with that. Replace all. Boom. Okay. What's this warning? That's fine. Okay. Then we need to find all the rest. So like assets. Like what is this? Oh, I need to do the same with JSON locator. So I need to do Alt Shift R or Control Shift R. Oh my god. And it's service locator.get service. And then this will be JSON.class. Replace all. Replace. Okay, and then I'm just going to do right click, optimize imports. What's the difference between main class rewrite and dev? Main class rewrite is rewriting the main class. Dev is not. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. That is literally it. This has not imported the correct logger. I don't know how it's managed to import the wrong one, to be honest. But that's That's not correct. Okay. Then these ones need to be that one. Boom. These ones as well. Boom. I don't know how this has happened, to be honest. I can't lie. But it has. So I obviously did something in Railroad regarding these and just completely forgot I did it. Okay, these are fine. Those are not actual errors. Those are just things being weird. Let's optimize imports on the whole project. Make sure that fixes everything, really. Now we wait. Okay. Let's try build. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think we're now back to where we were before. I believe so. Yeah. Fix issues created from merging. Merging dev. Let me commit those. Okay. And then, yeah, we're going to have to fix all of these, which I think is probably going to take a while. We have now like a resource manager or something. I don't know what I called the class. Resource loader? Resources? I don't know what I called it, but I created a class for this. App resources, that's it. App resources. And then get resource. Yeah. Like that. Which fixes those. We'll come back to this one. And hopefully a lot of these kind of... We'll come back to this one as well, because that's going to be a little bit complicated. This one will need to be like that. Okay, update theme. Isn't that just theme manager dot apply? No, not apply. Set theme. Yes, set theme. Okay, this is going to be the same thing. So theme manager dot set theme. Okay, this is going to be the same thing. Theme manager dot set theme. Get window. Okay, that's now going to be railroad dot window manager dot get primary stage. I think get primary stage. I'm just trying to see if we can fix. I know we're overrunning a little bit, but kind of if we can try and fix as many of these now as possible, that would be fantastic. This we're going to want to replace, but just fix the error for now. It will do. Railroad dot window manager dot get primary stage. And I assume, yeah, that's going to be the same thing here. Primary stage, and then this one up here is, we'll come back to that one. And then this is handle styles, so that is just going to be theme manager. We'll also have to come back to this one as well. Okay. Now I think we can fix the switch to IDE ones, so that can be like that. That's nice. I think we can fix those ones right now, just to at least get it to work. And I think it's IDE setup. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all it is. If we go in here, I guess we can fix this for now. Yeah, it's a very temporary fix, and I don't really like doing this, but I will come back to this, I promise. Before I'll come back to it, and I'll come back to it before I do the public test as well. But just not this stream. We're not going to be able to do that. We just want to fix the errors for now, which we've done. Let me just do another optimize imports now that I've gone ahead and changed a few things. And then I think we should be able to run it, in theory. We may have to do a surprise stream tomorrow, which won't be much of a surprise because I just told you, just to try and fix everything else and hopefully get it done, because after this the only thing we have to do is CSS. I'm sorry, Wide. Yeah, the only thing we'll have to do is CSS. I don't know what this is. Excuse me? Window manager.show. Uh-oh. Error alert. Oh, because it's trying to create a new stage. Uh-oh. Oh, somewhere I've passed in null to set theme. Can I fix this real quick? Let's have a look. Set theme. I need to find usages, and I need to find anywhere where it could have been replaced with null. Set theme name, theme name? I could just do it in here, couldn't I? If theme is equal null, just return, I guess, like just don't do anything. I think that'll fix it. No, that actually hasn't fixed anything somehow. Wait, so what's the issue? Cannot invoke string that ends with string because parameter 1 is null. Ow. It's giving me an error window. This is the error window. That's kind of funny. This is I don't know. I don't really know how that's possible. I mean, I could do this, which is what Copilot suggested, but I don't think that will fix it. Yeah, I actually have no idea, and it doesn't tell me. We've got show primary here. The only thing this does it even add the style sheets? Oh, possibly this, because it's doing theme manager.apply primary scene. No, that shouldn't be the issue. Apply. What does this do? Track scenes, apply theme to scene, scene. Gets scene.getStyleSheets.clear. Current theme is not equal null, and current theme is not empty. If current theme starts with default, then we add the default. Else we do add new file, themes directory. I don't know. Maybe this isn't working? Or maybe these aren't working. What does get do? Get resource. Okay, I'm just going to try breakpoint this and see if we can... we might be able to instantly just see what the issue is by breakpointing it. So, that's what we're going to try. It will either work, it will either help us, or it won't. So, current theme is currently null. Is scene null? No. What about these? Base CSS? No. Component CSS? No. Oh dear. That's the issue then, isn't it? Because... Wait, how is it null? All from here. The current theme is null. What? Why? Oh. Is init not being called before... maybe init isn't being called. Find usages. Aha! That's why. Okay. So I think we have to do... No, we can do it anywhere, really. Let's do it here. Theme manager dot init. I'm gonna have to fix like initialize and init, like an init config. Like I need to. That's gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix those at some point. So I'll just have to remember to do that. But that should fix the problem, anyways. Hopefully, please. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, chat. You better have your fingers crossed. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for having your fingers crossed. Admittedly, there's a few weird things happening though. It looks different, doesn't it? It looks different. It's this. This is different. What the hell has happened here? And this? Does the settings work? The settings is different. What? Oh, I forgot to add the translations for these. Oops. Yeah, I have to do this at some point. But for the most part, everything seems to be working, which is kind of the important bit. I can create a new project. Good. Can I open a project? That will tell us if the IDE is still working. Hopefully it is. Should be. Yes, it is. Once again, the styles are a bit weird. I don't know. Maybe some of the styles aren't applying. I don't know why. Maybe I mistyped one of these or something. But anyways, I think that is it for this stream. We actually have got major progress done. There's a couple things we need to clean up in here. Just to do with everything. Maybe we'll try and add a splash screen before public test number 1. Maybe. I don't think it's too hard to do. JavaFX literally has like a preloader thing that you can use. So maybe we'll get that set up before the public test. I think that'd be quite nice to have a splash screen. And that would massively clean up this class, which is in need of cleanup. Error alerts also need to be a whole thing, but that's a different time. That's not too important right now. I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, I think we're going to have a surprise stream tomorrow. I'm actually going to go ahead and schedule it now, because otherwise I'll completely forget by the time of tomorrow. So it is preparing for public test. Okay. And that's going to be scheduled for tomorrow. And then hopefully by Friday... Oops, I accidentally scheduled it for right this second. Oopsie doopsie. Let me fix that. Because I'm not streaming again right now, funnily enough. But yeah, hopefully we can get this done by Friday. I'd really like to get the public test out on Friday. That would be great. And the reason is because that gives it... Yeah, I want to get the public test out on Friday, and I want to get the video out on Friday, and the announcement on Discord out on Friday. That would be perfect, because that means Saturday, Sunday, it gives it time to, you know, to stew and, you know, do its stuff. So that's the plan. If it doesn't happen, then it will be next Friday. Will it be next Friday? No, because I won't be at home next Friday. Okay, if it doesn't happen this Friday, then it's going to happen in 2 weeks on Friday. So hopefully it happens this Friday. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So I will see you all, maybe not all of you, I don't know. But I will see you tomorrow for the surprise Monday stream. So yeah, goodbye.